at some point we will do this. I wanted to, I just didn't have the... Good morning, everybody. And in case it's not morning where you are, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. I am your host, Anthony Longhair Leclair, and we are actually missing my marvelous co-host, Marla the Mouse McHardy, today. She is in Kingston visiting family, so love you very much. Sorry you're not here, but we'll talk about you like you are here, so that's yay. You'll just sit in the corner, but no one puts Marla in the corner.
Nice.
But I am here with my good pal Justin Hey You in the bushes. How much do you charge for lessons, Bud Robinson?
Put me in the corner all day, baby. Let's go.
And today we are going to be reviewing Canadian traditional heavy metal band Iron Kingdom.
I am stoked.
Yeah. We just gave a listen to some of the songs. It's very interesting. We just kind of like peripherried our way through their upcoming album, which doesn't drop till October 4th. So you're going to get a little sneaky peek because time and dates I don't know, but we're going to have this out before October 4th. So you're going to get a little piece of what they have coming up.
Should they keep this in their iron sights, perhaps? You know, make sure they see it coming.
I see what you... I see it coming. Oh wait, I thought I feel it coming.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, my knees.
You getting old?
I cracked my knees. I did it. All right.
All right. So this album will be dropping October 4th. It is called On the Hunt.
Mm.
Now, the thing about Iron Kingdom, which I found very interesting, is as soon as Justin looked at the album art, it was like, shit, this is an Iron Maiden like band. And when I heard traditional metal, I was like, oh, this is going to be like some Celtic or Viking metal style shit. And then we listened to the first song, and we're like, shit, that is super Iron Maiden style.
Very.
And then as we went through, oh, you know what, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to tell you. We're just going to play some fucking music. So we're going to start with the very first track of the album, which is actually, I believe, already out on YouTube anyway. So you can check this track out. So this is not
single?
This is not going to be a shock to anyone. But this is the very first track of the album. It is called White Wolf. That was fun.
That was fun. That was high energy.
White Wolf. Just going the whole
Wild
time.
Wolf!
Woo.
Wild Wolf!
Right? Yeah, you just gotta
One
hit
at the end.
Hit that high.
Yeah.
All the way. Yeah. What do you think, Justin?
Well, what? Super Maiden.
Yeah.
So very clearly, like, a whole ton of Maiden in there. Lots of... I'm so glad I have this one. Lots of, like, the... Oh, I'm out of tune. But the... Like, that kind of... Oh, like, the gallops.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
sure.
very... It's very the Trooper feel.
Just riding into war.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting, and I think it's a lot of it is when he goes into that mid-range, the vocalist whose name I'm about to fucking... Chris Osterman. Yeah, when he goes into his mid-range, he gets that Brian Johnson feel where he's got that great...
He's got that grit.
You know, thing?
Yeah, it sounds like it's somewhere between, like, his full voice and his head voice. And
Yeah.
he grits it, right?
Yeah, it's really interesting, which, like, I mean, don't burn out, man.
Right? Who are the guitar players in this one?
So Chris Osterman is the lead guitar and lead vocalist.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then the other lead guitar is Megan Merrick.
Gotcha.
I do believe that they're together.
Oh.
Band romance.
Oh, that's rare.
Yeah.
That's rare. Good for them.
We'll see how
Best
long
of
that
luck.
lasts.
Yep.
maybe I'll cut that part out.
I've seen many a fire start at close range. Be warned, people. Be warned. Take care out there.
Yeah. I was... Chris Sonia, I guess? Sonia? I don't know. Sonea?
Yeah.
Sonia?
I'm not going to try. Chris!
Well,
Good
Chris, drummer Chris, as opposed to lead guitar vocal Chris. I was liking that tom break down there in the toward the end, just before everything like kicked into some thrash, and I was like,
yeah, I was gonna say he's got a lot of energy in his hands. Even just that snare run was just like, like he fucking went. He was in there.
Yeah.
The bass is cool. I really like the harmony moments. I wish, for recording's sake, and I know a lot of bands don't like to do this, but I wish for recording's sake that even during the harmonies they would have had like a backing track, like maybe in the center for like rhythm guitar. And I know a lot of people don't like doing that, but when the harmonies happen and the bass happen, it's like the harmony sounded good, the bass blended with it, but then it sounded a little less full.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they're
But then
only...
how do you replicate that live?
Yeah,
Which
exactly.
I realize is why people don't do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
You hire someone to just jump in for the tour.
That elusive third guitarist that sits off stage, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Or you pull an Ashley Simpson and just do it with a backing track.
Right? Get your jig on afterwards. No problem. No harm, no foul.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But those vocals, so I get why I get that high note at the end, because we wanted to hear it throughout the song, and you threw it at the end.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. That's why, going back to their Canada's Got Talent stint, you know, Martin Short gave him the vocal compliment, right? That spectacular. So yeah, that was pretty cool.
You're so happy to throw that in. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I guess I could have mentioned before. Neither of us knew until today that there was a Canada's Got Talent.
Yeah. Or that there was one since 2011 when these guys found themselves on the show. That's
right. So that was 8 years ago. This band was on Canada's Got Talent.
Yeah.
And some of the roster was different, but their performance was still pretty fucking tight.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's the lead guitar, or the vocalist with that layback move.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, buddy, you do good in those pants. I was surprised. I'm looking at the mic like he's here. I know you're not here. But heck of a move in those pants.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah. I don't know that I'm that flexible in tight ass pants like that.
No, I don't know even where to find those pants.
Well, I'll ask when we send this podcast.
Oh,
up.
perfect! Yeah,
dude, where do you get your jeans?
Yeah, where you get
Or I
them
guess
pants, boy?
Yeah. What's the? What the fuck did we
head into that next track? We'll learn a little bit more about what the middle of the album sounds like.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Just from like the little skipping we did, you know, it was interesting the things that we discovered.
Yeah.
about the album. But anyway, so the next track that we are gonna play, as Justin just said, is from like midway through, and it is called Invaders. So if that's not the title of a traditional heavy metal band song, I don't know what the fuck is.
Nope, I'm with you.
Right on. Here we go. Invaders. Yeah. I mean, it's a ride.
It's a certain ride.
Yeah.
So, I have a couple. I raised my hand like I'm in school. I realized that doesn't come across in the podcast.
I was going to say,
right?
and like people listening can catch that.
No one heard the whoosh! But I can't help but notice the recording quality is different. The first song sounded a lot more crisp and a lot more... I can't put my finger on it. I'm not sure if they recorded in different studios, if that first single was done somewhere different.
Yeah.
Maybe this was material that they had and then they put the single on top.
Yeah.
No idea. Maybe the one song was mastered, the rest are mastered different.
Maybe they're waiting to still get them mastered and they're just putting this out pre-release.
That's true, because this isn't the full release, yeah. But I definitely noticed that. You can hear the difference. The first one cuts through real crisp, and this sounds a lot more mid-rangey.
I do just have to say one thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that is...
What is this?
Hello?
You are on Swept Up with Anthony Longhair Leclair and Justin Hey You in the Bushes Robinson.
Oh my god! You guys are hilarious.
What's up?
Oh my god.
We couldn't do it.
Oh, hi!
We couldn't do an episode
hi,
without
hi.
you.
Oh my god, Jesus.
Yes, can I help you?
You might get some crickets in the background. I'm standing outside. Sorry. I'll try and stand somewhere where it's not windy.
We don't care. There are vehicles going by here. We're just listening to some metal.
Listening to some metal, listening to people screaming incoherently down the street. It's all good.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good
You're
time.
hilarious. Good times.
Yeah. I'm sorry,
Awesome.
you weren't in bed to get up to walk outside, were you?
I was getting into bed, but that's okay. I'm not tired, so...
Oh, good. Well, as
This
long
is
as
like everybody else was going to bed, and that's why I was like, I can't talk inside because everyone is sleeping.
That's fair.
But I'm awake.
Well,
I'm standing at the end of the driveway right now.
I'm going to give you some context here, and I'm just going to... Actually, no, I'm not going to be able to do that. God damn it, because we're recording. I was going to give you some context of the music that we were doing.
Oh, yeah?
But, no, I still can't do that. One sec.
So, the band we're reviewing right now is called Iron Kingdom. Based on the name, do you have any guesses as to who they may be inspired by?
I feel like Game of Thrones might be a thing.
Ooh.
Iron Kingdom?
Iron Kingdom.
Think
Iron Kingdom.
Yeah, if we're going to iron out some wrinkles on this one.
Think about a band you might already know.
Oh, Iron Maiden?
It's pretty cool.
Okay. When you said Iron Kingdom, I immediately thought of the Iron Throne, and I was like, Jesus, are we listening to more Throne Rock? Because I'm down for this.
No, but I got to get Green Knuckle material on that though for sure.
Yeah, Green Knuckle material, I guess, needs to get on the Throne Rock, man.
But here's a bit of context for you.
Okay.
This is a song we just listened to. And then I'm just going to throw you into the middle of it.
Okay.
I want to get you the scream. One sec.
Can you hold me up to the music a little closer? Oh, hell yeah. That's fantastic. That guy's vocals are unfucking real.
Would you
Oh
say
my
they're
God.
spectacular?
I would say so.
That's good because that's what he was told in
Canada's Got Talent by Martin Short, one of the judges.
Oh shit!
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, I would fully agree with Martin Short. He's got the right thing.
Right
Oh
on.
my god. Damn.
So that's what we're listening to right now.
That's fantastic.
So are you.
I like that.
I like you too.
So are you. I like you also.
Sweet.
I wish I could be there recording with you guys, but...
You are here recording with us.
Yeah.
I am, just over the phone.
Yeah.
And I'm walking down the street in my bare feet right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
In my pajamas. That's okay. No, it's the best way. It's the best way.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's...
Yeah, it's...
Oh, man.
Oh, okay, you're there. Cool.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I thought I should call because it didn't quite feel right introducing myself and Justin and be like, oh, and Marla's not here.
Yeah.
So hey everybody, Sorry?
I said, the mighty Miss McHardy is mildly absent.
That's right. Yeah, so I guess I should have said when I got the phone going on, I should, and everybody, welcome our marvelous co-host, the Marla the Mouse McHardy.
What's up, everybody? I'm over the phone. Hello, it's me you're looking for.
Ever since he left. Alright, we're gonna get back to recording though, but,
okay.
well, we're still recording, but I mean,
Alright.
we're gonna get back to analyzing.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
You guys get back to listening to some sweet Iron Throne. Iron Kingdom.
That's
Damn
right.
it. Get back to listening to some sweet Iron Kingdom.
Will
There
do.
you go. Okay. All right. I love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
Okay.
See you guys.
Yeah, have a good night.
You too.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Mwah.
Mwah.
Ah.
I don't even give a fuck.
That's a rad tune. That was a good tune to show her the vocals for, because that's definitely something. It's
Yeah.
up her alley, right?
Yeah, yeah. it
That's
is.
sweet.
But yeah, so the mix is definitely different.
Mm-hmm.
And whether or not that's, like whether it's not mixed and mastered completely yet because it's pre-release, or if it's
Different recording location.
yeah, different
recording
studio
time.
Yeah, but there's definitely a difference between Invaders and White Wolf.
Mm-hmm.
And as we discovered, White Wolf and all of the other tracks on the album.
Yeah, that's right. All of the songs fall in line with that. White Wolf is seems to be different sonically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like standalone on a pedestal,
Yeah.
risen above the rest of the album. In terms of the mix, I mean, Invaders is a kick-ass song.
Yeah,
Um,
but like strictly recording engineer brain kind of thing.
Yeah.
Mixed quality is certainly different.
Yeah. Well, I know you have a couple other things to say about Invaders.
But Invaders, yeah, so Invaders is really good. I feel like it's a good representation of the middle of the album. There's a number of songs in a row that have like a very quintessential Iron Maiden feel, like specifically an Iron Maiden feel in the instruments, and it's either that dan ticka dan ticka dan ticka dan, like the gallop feel,
Yeah.
or as we just heard, the triplets, that ticka da 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 da.
Yeah.
That's very prominent throughout the rest of the album. Even that song goes between the threes and the fours, right? So you get a little bit of both. So yeah, I noticed that. Also, on this song, we were talking about it during the song, was the singer he goes between 80s style runs, and then we kind of refer to him like what
prog
James
metals,
like what James LaBrie does in Dream Theater, his note choicing. He kind of bounces between those two worlds a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, which it's an interesting mix of flavors.
Yeah.
And especially because they're so close together. Like, just before, like, towards the end where he does it like that. Like,
Right.
There's a whole bit before that where it's, like, mid-range and slightly lower and builds up into it. And you're like, oh, that's cool and dark. And then, oh, no, okay, this is hair metal again.
Yeah,
Like,
and he gives it at the end.
yeah. It's very interesting. Also, that, very much Dropkick Murphys.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Yeah,
I can't remember the name of that damn song. Pretty sure it's Dropkick Murphys though, right?
I think so.
Um,
Instead of Dropkick Murphys,
or like the Pogues or something.
the other name that comes to mind is Flogging Molly.
Flogging Molly.
But
Maybe that's.
putting it out there, that's not because I know either bands intimately. It's because I heard either bands in a fleeting glimpse, and I'm probably confusing them, and I'm sorry, everybody.
Mm-hmm. It's one of those.
It's one of those.
It's one of those Celtic rock bands, and it's a very well-known song. The name of it escapes me, and I'm probably not going to edit the title into the mix. We can just if anyone is actually paying attention and comments and be
wants to
like,
do the Google search that we're not doing
you're
right
fucking
now.
moron. It's this song, obviously, dummy. But
You're right. Absolutely.
I don't-
Leave a comment, subscribe, just
That's
to
right.
find out if we're morons next time.
That's right, exactly. That being said, I don't think we have the listeners to worry about that right now. But if we do, because I know as soon as I upload this, you're going to get a notification, you're going to Google it, and you're going to comment and say, hey, dummy, it's this fucking song.
Dummy. Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of 80s vibes, from the songs that we're not hearing, some other token 80s moments. For example, one of the songs starts with the classic automobile sample.
Yes, that's Road
the
Warriors.
Engine rev. Yes.
Yeah, Road Warriors was that. That was fun. That instantly made me think of Kickstart My Heart.
Yeah, I was going to say Motley Crue for sure.
Yeah. Invaders is really interesting. And then the number of I don't know how many different time signatures there are in this song. But
so
I know you want to talk about that.
If we're going to geek out, there's 2 time signatures. They go from 4/4 to 3/4, but
so there's a
lot
waltz in
of
here.
tempo changes.
Yeah.
So if I had going back to the engineer thing, if I had to guess, I don't think they're playing to click, because even with click, it would be 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1. Like even there, I'm slowing down so I could do it with my mouth. If you were on click, that would be quick, but you can hear them like 2 very separate changes, right?
Yeah.
And if you're really listening for it, you can hear the drummer lead in with the rolls to assist the band, which is very, very helpful.
Yeah.
So I see the technique there. Speaking of rolls, there's a very fast one, a really fast one, 3/4 of the way through the song. It's just a blur of 30-second notes. He just goes. Yeah, like double rolls the entire kit.
So, good on you, drummer Chris.
Yep.
As opposed to lead guitar singer Chris.
Yeah, good stuff, drummer Chris.
Yeah, that's awesome. Somewhere in here is a third song we're doing. Yeah, oh yeah, that's right. So, when going through this, we were trying to pick out, did we want to double up on the gallops or the triplet songs so we could point out the similarities in a number of these songs, but I mean, you've already just pointed out anyway. And instead, we opted to go for the crisp White Wolf one that seemed to be over and above in terms of mix and master, and then go with one of the middle range ones, which has all sorts of cool shit in it. Like, there's some wicked vocal moments of like that hair metal vocal stuff that I'm just a huge fan of, and some fun guitar squeals, and then the crazy rolls of the drums and the so that's all fun. And then we decided, and I was wondering every track I was going down checking out, like, hey, how does this start? Let's get a feel for the song. And I was like, where the fuck is the ballad?
Right.
Like, it's a traditional heavy metal band. There's got to be a ballad somewhere. Last track.
Yeah, there's always one. You got it.
Last track. So fittingly, this is the last track that we're going to cover. So it is called The Dream. So, nappy time, everyone. Let's get into The Dream.
Yep.
A dream when I was alive, that you departed when I had arrived, fleeting shadows in a pale moon's light, flicker and wave and are gone from sight. to stand beside you, to feel your warmth, to see you smile. To stand beside you, to feel your warmth, to see you smile forevermore. Were you the dream, a spark that expires, fading with feeling, into darkness return?
So that's the ballad. That's the dream.
I dreamed the dream.
I think I'm gonna be the Simon Cowell on the couch and say I didn't dream the dream.
No?
No, okay. Ballads, they need...
Do it with a British accent if you're going to do it.
Now, a ballad needs three things in order to be a ballad for me. The first has to have...
You just sound more pompous. You're not actually putting British accent.
Right?
You're just
I know.
like, I'm just going to sound arrogant here.
No, I'm just going to sound like a dickhead.
That's fine. No.
But I look for three things in an 80s in an 80s ballad. Someone clearly that they're singing to.
Yeah.
There's always like a directed audience. Even if you know it, the song's not for you. You listen to like a good, any ballad. AJ! The Stones, even back in the you knew. I was like, I'm not fucking Ange, but that's a dope song. You know. So I didn't catch the target of the song. Because it started off the, I dreamed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it was, what? I did your dream that I was alive, you departed when I had arrived. I'm like, they're singing to someone, and then I lost track. I have no idea who they're singing to. Number two is I would have wanted a pickup solo. Like where the beat carries in.
Yeah.
That would have been cool. Number three, and this one breaks my heart a little bit personally, is this is the first song where I got to appreciate the bass guitar.
Mm-hmm.
But the bass guitar stayed home the whole time. He didn't move off a root note. So, you know what I mean? For me, I do play bass, and I like to look for opportunities to harmonize, and especially the guitars take all of the opportunities. It broke my heart a little bit that the bass didn't get the opportunity to do so.
Yeah. Yeah, and I get, so we should shout out to Leighton Holmes, who is the bass guitarist. I mean, the reason why, I guess, up to this point we haven't commented on him is simply because he is the one holding everything together with drummer Chris.
Yeah.
Because there are just two lead guitars swapping back and forth and doing chugging occasionally or doing the skipping, but there's you know what I mean? He's got to be there the whole time because everything is just driving straight through. So he's just like...
He's got, honestly, a really difficult job in this band.
Yeah.
If I'm looking at it like I was stepping into this band as a bass player, you know what I mean? I would assume I had a tough job. Going off of White Wolf, he covers a lot of time, especially in the chorus, where the guitars do harmonies. He has to hold root, or he has to hold a favorable note, because the mix, like I was talking about, the mix will thin out.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't pick the right note, the mix goes dead. So that's all on him. He carries that.
Yeah.
Then he's got the hard job as well. You listen to the second song, and a lot of the songs in the middle of the album's catalog, where they're doing a lot of riff work, he's riffing with them. So then he has a responsibility of, probably in the writing process as well, translating between the guitarist and the drummer. I know I've had that experience. That seems to be a shared bass player experience. But yeah, it seems like he would certainly be the guy to be, oh, that's the riff, and then look at the drummer, and then they figure it out, like, where's the double kick? What are we doing, right? So I feel like he's got a couple of tough jobs. So that third song, the ballad, where the mastering we've mentioned doesn't really favor like a clear mix as much in the backward half of the album. Yeah. So that's already hindering him as a bassist. And there's tons of wide open. And where they take the wide open, instead of giving it to the bass, they put the acoustic guitar in there. They put the other extra guitar harmonies, that kind of thing. The vocals go over top. I thought it would have been really, really cool to let that guy have like a real good part.
Yeah. Even if it's just a really nice run.
Yeah, one run, like a nice lead, a good harmony section, or instead of returning to the root note, everybody's doing the din 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 din, you know what I mean, in the background. He could start on the da, like he could start on that F. I don't know what key is it. F G A, is that where we're at? No. But if I'll be a nerd. He could start on the 6th of the scale while they're doing the root. It would create a lot of cool tension. That would be me. I think they could have given him some super cool moments.
Which they might do now that you've seen.
I'm excited. I'm excited. 6, 3, 1. Do that.
Yeah, I mean, I always look, like I said before we play the song, I always look for the ballad when listening. We keep talking like as if this is an 80s band. Like, I mean...
Right, they're clearly not. They're clearly right the fuck now.
Yeah, they're right now. This album isn't out yet.
Right.
Not until October. So this is a 2019 band. I mean, they look the part of the 80s. Like, you know, that's a flying V, and that, well, that's not. But, you know what I mean? Like, they're all dressed in, like, the leather with the studs and the tight leather pants and, like, whatever else. The big hair.
Explorer. What's he got going on over there? See an extra spike.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I think Guitar Chris rocks an Explorer.
Yeah.
And then she's got... What do we got here? Megan, what you got? It almost looks like an Ibanez. Like she's got that Nita Strauss influence.
It is a Jackson.
Oh, it's a Jackson.
There you go.
Oh, that's my kind of neck.
Yeah, I was going to say, your favorite. You said you hit the mic.
Yep. It's my kind of neck, though, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, so we keep talking about them like, well, when we're listening to 80s music, we want this thing.
Yeah.
To be fair, they're not an 80s band, so whatever. But...
And they're also not writing shit for us. That's
right. There's that too. There's that too. But when I want to listen to an 80s ballad... no, I won't go that way. But I will say it was a bizarre choice vocally at the start, because first of all,
I dreamed a dream line.
It's that whole first section, because it's down here. I dreamed a dream.
Yeah,
you know, and it's way lower than anything else he sings on for the most part on the album.
Yeah, it's like way down there.
And because of that, I don't know if it's like a support issue, because he's used to being up like. You know, and that kind of, and like the more Labrie style stuff as well.
Right.
But it's it wavers a bit, and then you almost get, I can super tell he's Canadian. First of all, if only so like in other bits,
Departed.
So in other bits you don't get he glances over the harsh consonants, right? So like you don't get the hard R. Like, you know, oh, I'm going to hop in the car. You know, we departed here, right? Like, we don't get that in the rest of the singing. It's all like, departed, right? It'd be like that kind of thing, right?
Yeah, the
But, like,
R's gone. It's almost like an AH.
But in here, it's exactly. And I mean, that's a typical enough thing to do in music because having that harsh sound all the time seems really bizarre. Mm-hmm. It's natural when we're speaking. We'll just be like, oh yeah, when you departed, whatever else. But like when you're just saying, oh yeah, like it's more akin to like Celtic-y, like, oh, when I departed, whatever kind of thing. I don't know, but here it's like everything else around this one section of vocals is as you'd expect, I guess. And then this is so very much what I assume is Osterman's speaking voice that it seemed really out of place.
Yeah.
Like from I Dreamed a Dream to Departed, like there was a hard R there that I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Again, they're not writing for us. It's not our music.
Right.
Whatever. Like, I mean, that's your thing. That's what you do. But it's, but it did throw me from the get-go vocally. Like, I was all in, like, the music was all there. And up until this point, vocally, I was like, yeah. And then after that point, through the rest, I was like, oh, it was just that one section. So that I think that's why it felt so bizarre. If the whole song was done like that, I'd be like, oh, it's a stylized piece.
Right.
That's like, it's like when Dylan does a lay, lady, lay.
Yeah.
Oh, my big brass bed,
Yeah.
Because he's not singing like this anymore. He's putting on his voice, right? So, which does have harder sounds. So, yeah, I thought that was bizarre, and I can talk about that forever. But it was really strange choice, or maybe it was not a conscious choice, and it's just that was what it was in the mix, and it was
as
just like
a
oh,
proficient vocalist yourself, I think that's
please.
a very astute observation.
Oh, thanks.
Welcome.
As they like sit here and listen to me like bullshit their like their vocals, I'm like, yeah.
No, man, no, you're right though, because the rest of it sounded sweet, but that one part, like right off the bat too, is the part. Because you're getting into the song and there's different layers. Like you always get like different waves of introduction.
Yeah.
Especially a song that'll introduce instruments one at a time.
Yeah.
So you get that first the guitars ring out and you're like, oh, okay, cool. That's what's happening. Whether or not there's bass under it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're like, okay, cool. Where do the drums come in? Okay, cymbals. And what's next? Vocals are the only piece that's missing. And then it was that low speaking voice, like almost like a. Like if it were me, like I have to pull my chin into my Adam's apple to make that voice, and I'm not great at that. But yeah, and it sounded like really, really compressed, and then the hard dip hard, you know what I mean? Like the super giving away our Canuck for a minute moment. Yeah. No, I caught that too, and I don't sing worth shit. So.
Yeah. So I mean, so bizarre moments, but I mean, ultimately that. And I mean, didn't meet quite your 80s ballad requirements.
Yeah, I still liked it. And this is just me being like a complete 80s junkie.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing too. I mean, we're here to review the fucking music, so we may as well actually review it honestly, rather than just being like, it was amazing. Like, it is good. Like, I can't play any of this shit.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? If I sat down with I realized we're listening to the music while you're playing along because you're fucking savant, but oh, sorry, idiot savant.
Idiot savant.
But man, like, and while you're doing that, I'm going like that. I wish the note would go up to like, whatever.
Right.
But
because even the guitar gets that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's right. It was in this one, right? There was that one point where it kind of did like it was a bend and then like did a little quick walk down or whatever that terminology is.
Yeah. There's something there.
Yeah,
they got that going on.
And I thought because of where the vocals had just left that he was going to come in and sing that part, like in like an ah or something, or an ah, like an ah.
Yeah.
But he didn't, which was because I was expecting it so much. Because I was like, oh yeah, this is where Sebastian Bach does this thing,
right?
And then it was the guitar, and I was like, oh, so that was a pleasant surprise to me, and I was just like, oh, that's really cool. And since I mentioned Sebastian Bach, this song absolutely has some Skid Row feels in here. I like darkened room kind of vibe, and yeah, so I dig it on that level because I fucking love Skid Row.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, we're just blabbing now about whatever. I mean, I don't know, Iron Kingdom, man, I dig it. I'm into it. It is weird, the difference in the mix between White Wolf and the entire rest of the album.
Yeah, going back to that, instead of focusing on like how the rest of the mix is a little bit off, White Wolf is really well mixed.
Yeah.
The guitars come through super crisp. The bass comes through really warm. The drums have throat to them. You feel the kick.
Yeah.
And more importantly, the drummer, like, buddy, you do some real good, clean tom rolls, like his double stroke rolls, whatever he's got. Like, even in the ballad, he had some fast rolls, and they weren't out of place. But in White Wolf, that shit fucking pops.
Yeah. Yeah, White Wolf is, I think, far and above my favorite of all of their tunes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I guess, like, as a leading single, it is likely one of their favorites,
It's
or
a
the one that made the most sense. Yeah,
it's a smart leading single. I think it's the most, out of all of their songs, it's the most polished.
Yeah.
As well. I think it represents them very well. Not even just like stylistically. The fact that it's a good quality recording goes a long way. That's excellent representation, right? If we want to talk about representing the kind of performance that would have gotten them into Canada's Got Talent, White Wolf's the track to do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And then I guess rather than making it seem like we're disparaging the band, which isn't, I don't think, either of our inclinations or intentions.
Yeah, I get you.
The way the rest of the album is mixed, and I said as much when we first were listening through it, I was like, oh, it's got like that thinned out Sabbath quality to it, like it was just rolled out of the 70s or something,
Yeah,
or
like
early
lots
80s.
of mid-range, you know what I mean? Like a narrower EQ.
Yeah. So there's nothing necessarily wrong with that. If that's like a thing they're aiming for. It just seemed jarring to listen to White Wolf and be like, fuck, this album's gonna kill. And then the next thing was like completely different mix, and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think general listeners would appreciate us explaining the mix. I think musicians would have gotten it right away. And I think musicians would have been like, yeah, we get it. We hear it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Got it. But yeah, the extra explanation for everybody else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, like peeking with my get it's got it's.
Oh, that's all right.
Day.
I fix it all in the edit. That's
Okay,
fine.
cool.
Fix it in post. But yeah, so we this is now the longest episode of Swept Up to date. We're almost running an hour on this, so sweet. This is like the longest one by almost double the time.
Yeah, we got swept up in some Iron Kingdom, you know what I mean?
Oh. So hey, you know what? Thank you, Iron Kingdom, for getting us into that, because that's kick ass. You're that worthwhile talking about.
Yeah.
So do check out Iron Kingdom, everybody. They're releasing their latest album October 4th.
10-4
of this year. There you go.
Waiting.
That's amazing, and likely why they chose that. I hope they're so happy that you said that. They're like, that's what we fucking said.
That's exactly it. Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
And if not, they're just like, God, these guys are fucking losers.
Right? Like this fucking.
So check out Iron Kingdom. There'll be a link below. I mean, you've already heard the song anyway, but there'll be a link to the YouTube version of White Wolf. You can see some album art there, and there'll be a link to their website as well below. And check out the rest of the album when it comes out, and look out for that. And we will perhaps review even more of it when it does drop.
Woo!
Yeah. So until next time,
keep your pants on.
Yeah. Well,
I didn't say where.
Okay.
Get your pants on that clothesline. Go do some fun.
There you go. All right. Have a good one, everybody.
Peace.
Swept Media. Get swept up in today's independent music. Too much lost.
lost material at one point or another.
Holy fuck. The amount of lost material with Dylan? There have been... Okay, true fucking story. We had to re-record a whole... He was like, hey, we almost have the song done. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Oh, okay, by the way, I lost all the files. We gotta do the whole thing. We recorded a whole fucking song from scratch once. Whole fucking thing.
Did you remember it all?
Well, yeah, I'm an idiot, right? So it all comes out anyways. Fuck it.
You mean savant? Or
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I say idiot because giving myself compliments feels incredibly, horribly self-serving. I don't like how that feels. So I say idiot.
And leave the savant out of it.
Yeah.
Now you're an idiot. Savant.
But if I'm being factual, then yeah. One time Dylan lost an entire song, and I had to make sure that it wasn't so painstaking to record all of the parts, and thankfully I got them all pretty quickly out again.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's intense.
Well, camping's intense.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
Let's go.
I'm so glad you said that.